Most people, when meeting a living legend like Manny Pacquiao, might ask about his journey, his training, or what it's like to punch people for a living and still be called a national hero. But not Neon, aka Rangesh Mutama. No. No, no, no. The 20-year-old had different priorities. Instead of diving into Pacquiao's inspiring story, he asked the hard-hitting questions absolutely no one could have ever dreamt of. Spoiler alert: one of them involved eating dogs. Before getting into the questions which were absolute gems, by the way, it's worth highlighting how this cursed meeting materialized. The 47-year-old is gearing up for a bout against Mario Barrios on July 19 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Potentially, in an attempt to hype the fight, Pacquiao made the bold decision to appear on Neon's live stream. However, given how things went, it's probably the last time. Imagine the most awkward conversation you've ever had. Now multiply that by 100. That's exactly what unfolded during this train wreck of an interview. Pacquiao and Neon had just sat down at a restaurant mid-stream, ready for what should have been a chill meal. But then came Neon's opening question, the perfect start to the worst interview imaginable. Have you ever eaten dog before? Pacquiao looked absolutely stunned. Even with his sunglasses on, the disbelief was written all over his face. But the dust of awkwardness hadn't even settled when Neon fired off his next gem, asking about Pacquiao's taste in music. He asked, "Would you be down to smoke a blunt with Snoop Dogg?" No disrespect to Snoop, but why would Manny Pacquiao, a devout Christian, boxing legend, and former senator, want to smoke a blunt? Pacquiao chuckled awkwardly, politely saying he doesn't smoke. Still, Neon pressed on, suggesting Pac-Man consider a career in live streaming. As if his resume wasn't stacked enough already. At this point, Pacquiao began visibly checking out. He stared at the ceiling, possibly questioning every life choice that led him to this interview. But Neon wasn't done. "Are you a big gambler or no?" he asked. That was the final straw. Pacquiao completely disengaged, while Neon sat there, puzzled. What did I do wrong? Is that a bad question? In a last-ditch attempt to recover the moment, Neon blurted out, "I feel like you're a very good dad." Pacquiao gave an awkward nod, clearly ready for this nightmare to end. Unsurprisingly, the clip went viral instantly, and the internet lit up, roasting Neon into oblivion. Having endured the painful video, no one could have stopped people from trolling Neon. "Bro, he's so cringe," one user wrote. "Why and how? Is he famous?" Neon is mostly famous for his IRL, in real life, streams, and he has hosted the likes of Rolando Romero and Ryan Garcia. The next user had a harsh take on Neon's questions. "A toe-looking influencer shouldn't even be allowed to sit with a legend," the user commented. However, the prospect of promoting the fight among the youth might have convinced Pacquiao. Another user outright branded Neon's questions dumb. "One of the best boxers to ever get in the ring, and you ask these dumb questions, man." Facepalming medium skin tone, the user commented. "There's a saying, there are no dumb questions, but in Neon's case, it was too unbearable." Someone else was puzzled by Manny Pacquiao. Why did Manny even sit down with a person like this? The user asked. Well, despite Neon's questions and behavior, he has thousands, if not millions, of fans online, which could help Pacquiao's popularity. Meanwhile, this user highlighted that Neon should be counting his lucky stars. "He's lucky Manny didn't bounce his head off the floor," the user wrote. Actually, that would have made Manny even more popular than an appearance on Neon's stream ever could. That being said, it appears Neon has managed to make a fool out of himself with his live stream with Manny Pacquiao. But what did you think about the questions? Do you think Neon deserves all the trolling?